Welcome to the third episode of Thoughtful Thursdays. As you know, the Grammy Awards just recently wrapped up, and what's been hot on everyone's lips is the newcomer who swept up all the awards of the evening, the sensation that is Billie Eilish, one of my few favorite artists of this new generation of music. Whoa, I just sounded so old right there.
I'm too old for this shit.
Dubbed as the voice of Generation Z and the new queen of electropop, at just 18 years old, she has bagged 5 Grammy Awards, winning in the 4 major categories at the award ceremony: Best New Artist, Song of the Year, Album of the Year, and Record of the Year. A Grammys record that stood since 1981. For someone so young and having been in the music industry for such a short time, that's what you would call a meteoric success. And of course, as a young entrepreneur and content creator myself, I didn't simply watch the Grammys for the latest celeb news and gossip, but to pick up on what musicians, who I consider some of the best content creators out there, are doing to build their brands, their influence, and their success. And so I'd like to share with you guys a little secret about the guys who are succeeding out there in the industry. And the lesson today really is about what I call the RIC factor. R-I-C. The 3 components that make startups and brands and personalities work. Whether you're a musician, a tech business, or a voiceover artist. These 3 components are R-I-C: resourcefulness, integrity, and care. I'll go into unpacking these in a minute, but first, did you know that Billie Eilish's whole album that cleaned up at the awards was all recorded with her producer brother in his bedroom at their family home? Mega platinum recording artists like Eilish and Lil Nas X are recording from very modest home studios using simple tech gear and affordable software. Particularly in the voiceover industry, there's been a revolution sweeping the world, and it's been happening for years now. If you've ever wanted to get started but have been intimidated because people have said you need this fancy microphone or that software or a special treated room, etc., etc., which has just left you feeling like you had more questions than you did the will to actually still pursue your craft, just know that all of that is utter rubbish. The script has been flipped and the model has changed. Success in this and many other creative and business fields is so accessible to everyone nowadays that if people start throwing technical jargon at you, saying that your success will only happen with these things in hand, just smile at them and then walk away. In the RIC factor I mentioned earlier, the first component is resourcefulness. It means using what you've got right now, not being negative about what you don't have, but using your imagination to turn what you do have to your competitive advantage. Count your blessings. Look at these Grammy artists recording in their home studios and being certified platinum, no less. You mean to tell me that we can't record mere voiceovers from home with just as good and professional a level of quality as those artists? I highly doubt it. Start being resourceful with what tools you have right now and developing your creativity around it so you can create something that no one else can replicate. That's what differentiates you from the competitors. Part of being resourceful comes with letting go of the expectations of others, the fear of what others will think of what you put out there. And that builds very nicely into point number 2 of the RIC factor: integrity. It's all about being true to your authentic self. Who are you? What is your brand? You don't have to be everything everyone else thinks you should be in order to become a success. The modern phrase, "you do you," packs so much more wisdom than we give it credit for. A huge part of Billie Eilish's appeal is her unapologetic honesty in her music and how she presents herself. She wears long, sharp nails that look like talons. Her hair at the Grammys was an odd slime green, mixed in with some black tapering down the back to the ends of her hair. She didn't feel the need to conform to the look of every other female at the Grammys. All those ladies in their tight-clad revealing dresses, like Camila Cabello, Lizzo, and so on. Not that I'm throwing shade at any of those artists, but I'm just saying. With her music being critically received amongst what's considered mainstream today, Billie Eilish writes and sings about depression and emotions that we all universally struggle with on a daily basis. She is very much herself, and instead of trying to assimilate into industry, she sticks to her signature dark synth sound, lyrics, and look. This lets her easily stand out in a genre where most of the music is made by a handful of people, and quite frankly, is all sounding the same. Your distinct self-expression, and remaining true or integral to that, is what will play a major role in your success. And the final lesson that I've gleaned from Billie Eilish's recent success has to be care. Taking care of not just your craft and the vision that you hold for whatever project or passion you're working on, but also taking care of yourself. Remember, you caring for that vision is critical because often it's only you that sees the value in what you're doing, and it's only you that will believe in it when no one else sees the map ahead. But just as critical is caring for the engine that fuels that vision, and that's you and your happiness. Eilish said in an interview recently, the person she foremost tries to please when she is making music is herself. Take a listen to why this is so important.
If you're just trying to please everybody and not yourself, if you're thinking about everybody else and you're just doing what everybody else says, like if everybody died right now except you, then you're left with what you were doing for them and not yourself. And what's the point of that? Not to just like only do things for yourself all the time, but I think when it comes down to it, just don't do anything to please anybody but yourself, I guess. And if you want to please people, make sure you're pleased first.
Always keep it real. Look out for number one. Always take care of you first, then your vision and your craft. In closing, I'd like you to check out this clip from Billie Eilish's brother Phineas on him producing their hit album in his bedroom. It's a lovely summary of the Rick factor that we've just unpacked here today.
So this is the house I grew up in. We only have like a 2-bedroom house and there's 4 people in it. Instead of making me and Billy share a room growing up, our parents just sleep on a futon in the living room, which is really nice of them. That was kind of how our house felt growing up. We grew up with like 3 pianos in the house. Having music in every nook and cranny of that house was really important to me. To me, it's all about like immediacy. The way I want any home studio to function is like I want it all to be like as fast as I can think of an idea, I want to be able to articulate it. I recorded me and Billy standing in a bathroom and striking all these matches.
I'll sit and watch your car burn with the fire that you started in me, but you never came back to ask it out.
I'll sit here and she'll be like right there, and I'll just bring the microphone over to where she is, and she recorded, I think she recorded pretty much every vocal for the entire album sitting on my bed, like with her legs crossed, which is kind of insane.
I'm in love without you.
Being born when I was born, and you know, just being able to afford a computer and Logic Pro, just being afforded the opportunities I was afforded, living in LA, you know, making music, being homeschooled, having the time in the day to make all that music. It was just this like gift that I was given of sort of time and resources. I still try to limit myself as much as I can just to see how much I can get out of each individual thing. So I tried never to look at it growing up as like, I don't have a Mellotron, I don't have this. First of all, there's so many great plugins, so I always felt like I kind of did. But just whatever I had, I was like, I've got this. There's a crazy intimacy, I think, to what we're doing. There's such a kind of a like private feeling to what we're doing because we're not at a recording studio where different people are there every day and people are down the hall. Like it's our house and it's where we live and it's where we have experienced everything. That allows us to make some kind of music that feels wholeheartedly exposed as far as like who we really are as people and as siblings and as, you know, children of our parents. I think it's just really honest.
Billie Eilish, a true inspiration for our generation of creatives and business people just looking to make our mark in this noisy world. Till next week's Thoughtful Thursday, remember, success is your own. It's what you make of it, not how the next person defines it for you. You need to listen to the noise, but plow through it if you want to make that dream a reality. If you want to be a success with your brand or with your business, limit your barriers to entry by being resourceful, maintaining your integrity, and taking care of what matters most. You do you, and always chase the dream, not the competition. Bye for now.